and welcome back to the Kiana Experience. Today I'm going to walk through how to achieve this Villainous violet look. So if you are interested in what to do, keep watching. Starting this with my eyebrows already completed, I'm taking my Louise base and I'm going to use that for my eyelids. I'm putting that on both of my eyelids, starting at the lash line and working my way just past the crease. I'm going to pack that onto both of my lids. Then I'm going to use my fingers to blend it all out because I really just use my fingers a lot as much as I use brushes. The warmth of your body temperature and just being able to get right up on the product just helps to blend it out and melt it. I'm able to get that product from being all over my lid, all over my eye, keeping the most of the product concentrated on my eyelid, and I'm doing that with my finger. Then taking that Moira Beauty palette, I'm going in with this yellow, golden yellow, bright yellow color, and I'm just using that as like the first transitional color. I'm putting that right up underneath my eyebrow bone and bringing it down to the higher part of my crease. It's going to be the buffer color that I use in between the yellow, going to the orange, and then in with the purple. And then I grab my electric palette. Yeah, I love that thing. And I use the orange in there. It's called Slowburn. And I put that all in the outer part of the crease and work my way down towards that lid. So that is going to just blend into that yellow. And I'm using a fluffy shader dome brush. I am far back on my brush as usual, making sure that my bristles are able to move, and I'm just blending using a left and right motion, and also throwing a little bit of circles in there if I see an area that needs to be buffed out more than the other. So windshield wiper motion, side to side with little buffing circles. As I finish up blending this orange and making sure that both sides are even, I decide to stay with this electric palette and go in with that purple. And then I got a visitor. My roommate came in to investigate my actions, and I told her she was going to end up on the YouTube since she did it. So there she is on the YouTube. Hey. Anyway, so I'm warning her, you going on there. So I continue to pack on this purple now. I'm starting in with the purple that is in the electric palette called Gonzo, and I'm just going to apply that all over the movable part of my eyelid and blend it up with the orange. Got a little visitor in the background, and I don't know what song I'm going off to, but clearly it's a bop. Anyway, I continue blending this purple out with the orange, making sure everything is seamless, and watch me go. So here, instead of having some tape on my face, I wanted a sharp edge, so I just grabbed my Dave & Buster power card, which probably got like 7,000 or 17,000 points under or something, just so I can make my line sharp and crisp. I go ahead and use the card to blend that out and build, and then once I remove it, it will be a nice and perfect line. So after that, I take this champagne shimmer out of this Suva B palette, and I use that to put that right on my brow bone to highlight and add another layer of dimension onto this purple smoky Villainous eyeshadow look. So after I had repeated the same steps on the other side, I decided to go back into Slowburn from the electric palette and intensify that orange. I really wanted a great blend between those two colors, so I'm just going back over everything I've done to like build, pack on more color, get more pigment, and make sure everything looks flawless. I'm also going back into the concealer just to touch and clean up that line right near my brows. I want it to be separated, but I want it to be blended. This is just another easy trick to do if you feel like you've blended too far out or you want it to disappear a little bit. I'm just going in and erasing some of that orange that blended too far onto my yellow, and then I'm just correcting and making sure everything looks great. I'm then taking a very clean dome-shaped fluffy shader brush, and I'm just blending out the concealer, blending it into the orange. Because there is no color or any products on that brush, it's only going to take the products that are already there and blend it all in. I'm lifting my eye because I'm just trying to make sure that I get every part, make sure I see that everything is blended and it looks great. And now I can move on to the eyeliner. Then of course I'm taking my Smashbox primerizer and putting that all over my face. I really love this product because it provides a great 2-for-1 service, and it has way more skincare, I would say, than expected in a product like this, and it does a great job of moisturizing the skin. So then I follow up with my Urban Decay Quick Fix Complexion Priming Spray, and I put that all over my skin before I go in with my foundation. I am again using the black Opal stick foundations from my previous tutorials, but this time I'm going to do the foundation by itself and then layer in the other steps. So I went in with my foundation in Nutmeg, and I'm just putting that all over my skin, making sure I don't skip any parts, any places, making sure that I get my neck, my chin, my ears, every part of my face. And I'm using a combination of pressing and rubbing motions again, just to make sure that everything is really applied and really blended out very well. And I'm taking my time in all these spaces and making sure that I get every piece of my face until I am done. Okay, so right here, I just wanted to point out how this foundation is doing a great job with matching my complexion. If you look down near the chin area where everything has already been blended out, and you look at my chest or my wrist or the inside of my arm, like everything is matching like a perfect complexion, and I haven't even added any dimension to this. So this black Opal foundation is really great. Now I'm going in with the black Walnut stick foundation, and I'm going to use that as my contour color. So for contouring, I am making sure that I put the contour in the right place. It's a lot of times people have issues finding it, so if you just suck your face in like I'm doing like this here, you'll be able to see where the line is naturally, and you're just going to follow along that divot on the side of your face and the rest of the parts of your body and cut that in there. If you can't feel, there's a bone on top of your cheek, and then there's a hollow right underneath it, and that hollow is where you want to apply your contour. So I'm just going right in where you can naturally see my face is kind of dipped in, and I'm putting it there. Boom. Going on the other side, repeating the exact same process. Boom. And you see they're lined up because I'm literally just lining it up on my face. If you had mismatched cheekbones, you would still contour that way, unless you wanted to even them out. Then you would contour in a way that makes them even. But anyway, I'm then taking a brush, and I'm using that same black walnut color to do my nose contour. It is a brush from the Real Techniques palette. I think it's a concealer brush, and I'm doing that. And I was like, whoa, girl, you put a lot right there. Hold on. Whoa, wait a minute. Let me fix that. Oh. Okay, we got it. So I continue to contour my face, and I'm showing how to erase the double chin. So I basically lifted my neck and showed literally the exact dip where it goes away. You see the light at the front, and then you see a black line, and then you see the darkness where the second chin is. So I'm literally starting at that line where it starts, and I'm following along my neck, and it's like instantly erase the face. Okay, honey, like look at how quick that happened. Contouring is life. Okay, anything that make chinchilla go bye. I'm with it. So I'm over here playing and making faces, but I got all my contour marks in, and now I'm just gonna blend it out. I like to stretch my face, as y'all can see, like every part of my face that moves, or if I can't move it far enough, I'm gonna use my hand and stretch it, and I'm just naturally blending it out. And once again, as I start to blend out these areas, you can clearly see the darkness, let's say, that's on the base of my neck. You can see how it's kind of matching those edges of what I'm creating underneath my chin and around my forehead, the edges of my arm or my elbow, or the peak of my shoulder, where the depth would be. I'm recreating that with this contour. So I'm just going to keep working this and blending this until it's all seamless. So next I'm going in with the lightest color in the Black Opal trilogy. It's called Truly Topaz, and I'm going to use that to highlight. I'm starting with my forehead at like the halfway mark where you could naturally see the light bouncing off, and I'm just putting it there, and then I'm going to go underneath my eyes and around my cheeks. I'm going to go on my chin, and I'm going to go down the bridge of my nose, just following where the light is naturally hitting. I'm literally looking in the camera and looking at the light off the ring light to see every single place where you naturally see the light. Like literally on my nose right there, you can see it. It's on the button of my nose and down the center. So I'm just mimicking that. Everything that's already there, I'm recreating and mimicking it to enhance that. Then I take my dampened Real Techniques beauty sponge and I blend out all of that top layer highlight color, the Truly Topaz. I like using a sponge because it's picking it up and blending it out at the same time, so it has a great subtle ombre effect. It looks really natural, and I love how affordable the Black Opal is. So I just continue to blend this out across my face until I am complete and everything is done, and then I go to set. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me powder in medium deep to set all of my highlighting. I really love this translucent loose powder because it does a really great job of setting your creams and your liquid foundation, your concealers. It also does a great job of blending. It's really lightweight. It has no flashback, and I like it so much that when I use it and I dust it away, I don't particularly feel that I have to use a colored powder to do so. I think if you blend and dust it off really well and really finely, and you fine tune and pay attention, it actually does a really great job. So I'm just taking my sponge and I'm going all over everywhere that I place that highlight color to set it in and to just make sure everything is great. Now that I am mostly satisfied, I can take my Morphe H8 palette and I can start using some colors in there to contour and add some warmth to my face. And I'm using Debutante and Donut mixed together. One has like a really warm and one has a really cool, so together they just give me something I like. So I'm just putting those contour powders in the same places that I put the contour creams. It's repetitive, y'all know what I'm talking about, and if you don't, I'll do a video just for you. But I'm using this contour and I'm just going over all the places that I added that powder and making sure that I'm creating a powder version of what I put in liquid, so that I am also setting that and creating more dimension of that same exact look. Whilst I'm doing a quick broil in the oven, I'm going to take the same Slowburn and go up under my eyelid, and then I'm going in with that hot pink with the Slowburn just to give it a little bit more pop and a little bit more color. And as soon as I get done with that, I pick up my brushes to dust away this powder. Even in 3.5 speed time, you see that I'm taking my time and I'm staying in one area. I'm not moving from my chin until every piece of that powder is dusted away. And my chin looks like my chest. And guess what? My chin looks like my chest. So I'm taking this time also just to quickly cut underneath that contour so I can just be sharp and crisp. Line, I love it. It's so pleasing. Tingles my senses. So after I do that, I quickly resume dusting away this powder, because again, I don't suffer from oily skin and too much powder will have me looking like chalkboard. Keisha, that ain't my name. It's Kiana. So I'm going to continue to take my time and blend, fine tune and blend in these areas all over until it is completed and perfected. After that is done, I go in with my mascara to coat my natural lashes to prep them for false eyelash application. I go in and I go hard in my Lil Wayne voice. This is like Colossal Lash by Maybelline. I really love Maybelline mascaras. Like, I really don't think you got to spend a lot on mascara to have great mascara. And then I take Anastasia Beverly Hills' lipstick palette. And I go into this really dark, I don't know the name of the color. They have numbers on the bottom. But if you have the palette, it's the dark wine one. And I use a lip brush to first line my lips to create the shape that I want. I always line my lips going in an upward motion when I'm going on my top lips, and the same way when I'm doing my bottom lips, so that I can see. If you do it going down, your hand is in the way. If you do it going up, you can see the tip of your pen or pencil or brush, and you can fine tune. So I'm getting these lips perfected, baby. So once I had my lips drawn to perfection, I went in with my first coat of all-nighter. I spritzed my face and then I used my brush to press it all into my skin to actually creamify that powder. And then I'm going to go in with a second coat so that now I can apply my highlight. And I'm doing that so I can creamify the highlighting powder. I want it to look satiny and smooth on the skin, not granulated and chunky. I then went into this Luscious Lex eye candy palette for more color because, you know, I couldn't stop myself. I used some rose gold, then I used some more golds, and then I decided to go in with this orange to create a blush. I wanted to finish with dimension and I wanted to finish with color, and I was really satisfied, so I didn't stop. I'm now going in with these ultra dramatic Villainous lashes. This is why I said this was a Villainous Violet, because those lashes instantly make me feel like Maleficent or something. I was just like, what? So then I wanted to add a little bit more to the lip. So I was like, you know what? Wet lip. This is going to be like slimy, disgusting, fashion, passion, villainous glory. Yes, 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 yes. And that's it. I really appreciate you spending your time with me and watching this video. If you learned something, if you liked something, if you enjoyed yourself, please come back, subscribe to my channel, like, and share. Be blessed.